naturally easy decision. Almost 100 out of 100 say get rid of porn. I'm all
so
about
how
it.
could we do that? Like, how could
That's
we
a
go
great
about
question.
doing that?
Well, that gets to like a governmental level now.
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to legislate
it's
it.
legislative.
Well,
yeah.
I think I think there's legislation that can be done to ban porn because I think
But-
it is.
But
shouldn't be
that
on the
would go
market.
back to making the United States of America have its Christian backgrounds come and stand up to the point where people would go vote for it in that way.
But I think the other thing
Deus
too
Vult.
is it kind of takes a leap of faith as women because if culture is demanding from us, right? I mean, that's what you guys we're dealing with. Culture is we're swimming in is sexually objectifying women, rewarding women for
love to
sexual
be objectified.
objectification. Right? And
Haram.
so, but I do think there's a role of personal responsibility that women, we're not doomed to anything. We can make any choice we want and we can start over. We can walk a different path and we can be the women that we dream to be that isn't just making, money on the internet one way.
I am the woman I dream to be. I've arrived and I'm so happy with her.
Younger me would look at me in a grocery store now and be like, oh my God, she's so hot. Like, I want to be her when I grow up. I wouldn't even question it. But I also just want to say, like, out of the women here, who's been catcalled before in public? Who?
Everyone has.
Right?
Shit, I've been catcalled in public.
Hell, I bet Justin has. But
And
anyway,
you're a man.
I'm just saying, like, if a woman is gonna get sexualized, she might as well do it in a controlled environment where she can make profit. And I'm sorry, that's the way I feel.
I love it.
I mean, if there's a difference between being catcalled though and like actually like putting your tits on the internet.
Facts.
Like, you are
Yeah,
completely
true.
putting yourself.
You're
out
asking.
there.
You're asking.
Well, I'll tell you another thing you're doing.
You're doing it in a controlled
You're
environment.
you're inflating your vagina and your titties because if it's out there for the world to see, it's kind of like you're taking yourself off the gold standard of like the secrecy of like sex and relationships. Like a man that's going to marry you probably wouldn't want your titties on the internet for every other man in the world to see.
So I think
like when you said
Not my
when you
man.
got married, you're going to take it down. Like
Yeah.
I think that's probably ideal for the marriage.
I
I
mean,
would
there's
probably
this-
do the same, but it's on the same count. Her shit's probably leaked all over the internet.
Yeah,
regardless
no,
of-
it'd always be there. It'd always be there. But
So
like,
mine.
I
but-
think one of the biggest problems in society is that we've cheapened sex. That sex is just
I
something
agree.
that's thrown around. It's just like this commodity. It's literally sold. And I think sex is supposed to be something sacred and beautiful and amazing. And it's designed for two people who are just passionately in love and committed to each other publicly for life. And also sex can bring human beings into the world. And it does. And so that's the other thing that is not even really talked about a lot at this table, but sex can bring human beings into the world. So we should be having sex in relationships that are prepared to be
Can I
parents?
say something?
Amen.
and that'll make a society so
Yeah,
much
say
healthier
something.
and happier.
Okay,
Please.
sex. Okay, sex is like an exchange of energy between.
Excuse me?
It's an exchange of energy between
Huh.
two people. So
Or more.
like, when you have sex with someone, like you're really like
Into the mic.
when you have sex with someone, you're like exchanging energy with that person. You
Oh
know?
no, you exchange some energy with whatever drugs you're on right now. That's why.
What about it though? What about the exchange of energy?
I feel
Was
like
it
it's
perk?
really important.
Percocet.
I'm gonna cut you off really quick because I have to go.
Oh,
but
you-
I do have to say something for the men and women.
you gotta
I
go.
have to go because it's a long drive home.
For sure. What you got for us? Oh,
Girls, we need to be better role models for the younger generation. And guys, if you have a
Yes.
girlfriend at home and you're looking at OnlyFans, you're a sad boy.
Yes.
You're a
Oh.
sad boy.
Give me some.
Oh wow.
I love
Boom.
that ecstasy.
Okay. You love ecstasy?
Bree
What?
dropping
No, I
the
love
mic
that
before she
exit
goes. Let's go.
statement that she
Did
made.
anybody else hear ecstasy?
I said exit statement because she's leaving.
Listen,
so I
if
love
you're into
that
the
exit.
MDMA, it's all good. Okay.
Oh my God.
Question before you leave, because I
Yeah.
wanted to get everyone's on this. Trying to maybe we'll come back to what we were talking about. Let's talk a little bit about body count here, because it's dating podcast. Hello, body count. Should body count matter? Just should body count matter?
Yes.
Yes.
Matter in what way? I guess is my
Should
question.
it matter?
It's very important.
For what?
Well, for example, typically you hear men preferring women who have a low body count.
I would much rather.
Do you object to men caring about body count?
You can care about whatever you want, but
Word.
doesn't mean I care about it.
Fair enough.
Yes and no. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've always been just like if you sleep around with people, like you're going to be looked down upon, and I feel like just for that reason, it's like that's just been like instilled into me. It's like I don't sleep around because it's like that's always been instilled that's frowned upon.
You think it's frowned upon for good reason or no?
I agree.
Yeah.
J-Dog, what you got for us?
Scientifically, I understand why it does matter.
Scientifically.
But you think it shouldn't matter?
I mean, no, purely just based on science alone, it does, and it should.
Okay.
Based.
That's just my...
Very based.
Very based.
It matters. I wouldn't want to date a pig.
Into the mic.
It matters.
You wouldn't want to date a pig?
Yeah, if you're sleeping around.
What do you have against pigs?
Everything, man. Just oink, oink, oink. You know, guys.
She's so cute, man. I just want to hug her every time she talks.
Yeah.
Some guys are just very pigs, you know. So
okay.
I would not want to sleep with someone or be with someone who has a very high body count.
Okay.
And you say that like you wouldn't want to sleep with a man that has a high body count, because most men commend each other whenever they get laid, you know.
Yeah, I've asked my boyfriend about his body count. It's very low, so.
Your thoughts?
You know.
Should body count matter? Do you object to men caring about body count? All right. Okay. What about you?
I don't give a fuck about body count. When I date women, I don't care if they have a high body count.
Bro, I'm gonna null this fucking marriage. Okay, what do you
Okay. I think body count matters a lot.
Why?
Profound.
Because, like I said, sex is very important. Like, who you have sex with is really important. And your body count should not be high, because if you're exchanging energy with like a lot of different people, you don't know who you're
spreading it
you
thin.
you don't know who it is. And so it's like,
Question for
as
you.
a woman,
Got
the more
wait, just real quick question. You said your body count shouldn't be high?
no, it should be
Shouldn't
low.
be high?
Huh?
Huh?
He's saying very high. He's saying
Body count shouldn't be high?
Shouldn't be on Percocet.
it
that's for
shouldn't
sure.
be high. Your body count should be low,
All right.
as low as possible.
All right. Okay. What about you? What thoughts? Should body
What
count
do you
matter?
guys think I'm going to say? I think body count should be one person if you get married, and that's the person that you marry.
Preferably.
And I don't really like the term body count because it sounds like dead bodies after sex, when sex is supposed to be beautiful and life-giving and amazing between two people in a marriage. So anyways.
Yeah. I suppose we
Chase,
could change
what
it
do
to
you
like how many people you've had sexual intercourse
But
with.
I'll say one more thing.
doesn't really roll
I
off
think
the
no
tongue.
matter how high anybody's body count is, there can be a start over point where you decide, I'm not going to keep living that way. I'm going to live a different way, and that change is possible. No, it's
I'm
true.
sorry, but once you've
And
slept with like 100 dudes, I don't care if you're a born again virgin.
Mary
it's
Magdalene
done.
is one of the greatest saints of all time, and she
And she was a
actually was
hoe?
the first
Was she a hoe?
first person. She was a hoe.
She was a hoe?
She was.
Has